an earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations. And you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. He's got it. This defense giving up ground. He's finally knocked down at the 26. The Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
A first down run on the doorstep. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bearcats! No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Coates. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. First play of the period will be a second down. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. Shoved out of bounds right at the 35-yard line in the running game, getting the job done.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Looking to throw on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Bringing it back. And he's going to score. The interception. Touchdown, Bearcats! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Looking for a gap. It's Coates. He's stuffed after picking up one to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Working on the right. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. BYU right back to the line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. BYU has this offense clicking.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing.
Ball is loose. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. And the Cougars, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. From the gun, the running back has it. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Had to settle for the field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you can make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Georgia is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These dogs have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they are capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Ole Miss. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Fires to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
It's so important if this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You you got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Caught over the middle. It's their assault. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
And the Bearcats are threatening on 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Cincinnati! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. He'll try to tack on one more. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Trying to beat the D deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on.
Breaks into the open. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Man, how about the first half this guy's having? He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up a huge 1st down right here on D.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
16.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Bettis. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. BYU lines up quickly. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 4th down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Touchdown, Bearcats! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and they'll stop him at the 16. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Wants to throw on 1st down. Takes the easy one to the back. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
BYU. Don't you know, bump it up. You got to bump it up. Don't you know, bump it up. You got to bump it up. Don't you know, bump it up. You got to bump it up. Don't you know, bump it up. You got to bump it up. Don't you know, bump it up.
He'll put total leather and get this 2nd half started. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
BYU offense will take over 1st and
10. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this 3rd quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football.
And the ball's free in the end zone. And they grab it in the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. They prevented the touchdown by falling on it, but they'll give up the deuce. After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Finding open areas.
Returner is tackled out at the 43. And your Cincinnati Bearcats will take over 1st and 10.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Going right to work up top. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Bearcats want to pick up the tempo.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting 1st downs. To do that, you gotta have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you've got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And the Bearcats can really attack on this 2nd and short.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Back to pass. It's complete to the right. Great move. Now he's got... Look at that toughness, just running through everybody.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back.
Touchdown, Cincinnati! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
65, BYU 16.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
BYU offense will take over 1st and 10.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here.
There he goes. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the 2nd half moving forward.
Oh, better look out. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the right. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play, and in a tight game like those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.